Hello, welcome back again. This is match week 4, so we're going to finally see the Skaven team, like I said last week. Yeah, because we hadn't seen them yet. The timing of the games and stuff meant we just hadn't yet seen them in action. But they're not having a great time. Playing against Undead, who we have seen a couple of times, I think, so far this season. Also not having a great time. They're without a win so far. I think they've lost all 3 games coming into this. Should probably have checked that first, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So Skaven are defending. That's the Undead's choice. That's happened. Couple of loners in here. Undead even have one as well because of previous games. So yeah, 2 loners there. 3 unleveled linemen. I think we've got some injuries. There's a movement bust one, a niggling injury one. That's a perfectly normal line rat. Hang on, all that moving around. So yeah, 3 unleveled linemen, 2 of them with injuries, 2 loners. Another one without injuries there. It's a strength 4 storm vermin, which I think is the only level they've got so far. There's another storm vermin here, rat ogre, Thra, and just the one gut runner. Had a gut runner die in their first match. They've not been able to replace yet. Undead have got, I think, 2 levels. I think it's a guard mummy. That's a high kick. It's a bit weird having a lineman way back here to retrieve the ball. That's a Ghoul's job. So Ghoul did come and stand on the high kick, but you need a Ghoul back here really. And the whites are getting forward, which is good to see. But they're not hitting anyone there. Only one of them is going to be able to hit someone. But anyway, levels. They've got a block Ghoul and a guard mummy. There's another mummy. The 2 whites haven't leveled yet. There's another Ghoul here. And some linemen. They've started with more skeletons. Yeah, they've got 3 skeletons on the pitch and 2 zombies, one of which is a loner. I think they've just got some missing next game players. So obviously you want the mummies up here, but I think one of the whites on the line of scrimmage as well means that white's going to be able to hit someone. The other one can blitz. You're going to get use out of both block players. Probably the way to go. Maybe even try and get use out of this block Ghoul as well. Have the other Ghoul back here to collect the ball. The setup maybe felt like symmetry was more important to them than putting people in the best place. And there was a good opportunity here to get 3 dice out of both of these mummies as well. Without block, getting them 3 dice blocks is going to be much like that. Mummy had a 3 dice block just then, but they used a loner to do it instead. So this mummy doesn't get to hit anyone, and this person who you don't want scoring any star player points or really rolling any dice at all if you can help it. That one was making the action. Mummy is in to tag out the strength 4 storm vermin, which definitely can be valuable. Getting to use block there. That's what you need. You need all these block players hitting people as often as possible, especially this early on when not that many players have block. Better with ball safety here than we've seen in previous games from Undead though. They didn't. The ball wasn't like sitting up here, stranded, and they're rolling dice before they dealt with it. It was back here, and it was okay to be getting on with that. Maybe do need to protect this corner. So that's a good classic tight cage, which is great safety. They could have done that earlier though. Is one thing, except maybe the ball pick up was probably more risky than this blitz, for example. So Skaven here. We've got 1 stunned player out. They've stood a few others up. And they just get a push on that blitz. And now they're probably going to want to look to maybe limit blocks. They do get 1 dice on the mummy. And take 2 skulls straight away, which is not ideal. Is worth it with a block player. It's worth the go of a 1 dice. You know, it's 1 in 36, so they get 2 skulls there, and that is what happened. But mummies are finding pals, which is not going to help with Skaven. Undead are quite compact here, but I can follow up there would have sort of joined their team back together without really giving much up. So it would have been a good follow up. They can blitz here. They've got 2 dice here as well if they want to move and assist in. The white finds a pal. Moving the ball up there though. And then maybe say that. Okay, yeah. So before that, there was, with the way these are bunched together, there was sort of, I don't know if they really got in there. It'd have to be the rat ogre, I think, coming here to blitz the ghoul into that one. Who could have stood next to that the vermin, but they found a pal there to stop that. And get a marker on the ball, but it means standing next to a mummy, which is not a great idea. Rat ogre blitz, finds a pal there. Moves the white to get pincered between these two Skavens, good move. And that's a foul dodge. And straightforward one, stun next turn. So yeah, probably a good idea to dodge to get away from the mummy. I don't know that they needed to re-roll that. Let's put them down for 1 for the half. And I don't think they really had anyone else left to act apart from these two back here who've not moved yet. That's the first injury we've had. He is a loner, but he puts them down to 10 for the game. For a blitz on the rat ogre, so enough players standing around it to make that 2 dice. This ghoul could maybe come back around this way for a bit more protection. This area feels very open at the moment. Ghoul is there, so definitely 2 dice on the ball here. I guess you want to avoid dodging the loader, although that sort of feels like an obvious move. The thrower can definitely get here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the thrower can hit with 2 dice there, just needs an assist. And the gutter runner is probably the best place to do it. That does give you, or lose you, your opportunity to retrieve the ball. If this one can reach, this one's a movement 6, which isn't going to help. 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. I wasn't counting the stand up. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Maybe this one. Yeah, if you're going to dodge someone for the assist, it's this one. Because you don't want to do it with a loner, and then the thrower's just got 2 dice on the ball there. I think that's, yeah, maybe a little bit sloppy with on the attack, not realising these players are back here maybe, or how far they could reach. Put the thrower in for the assist and then maybe blitz with this one, I guess. So that's sort of the other way around. You've got to make that dodge anyway. Nice wild animal. Dodged with the loader and got it, okay. But that is just a push. He's just looking for a pal on 2 dice, which is around 30%. But, yeah, didn't get that. Got the push. Pushback, always the most likely outcome there. And another foul dodge. So I've found a lot of 3+s with Skaven so far. Really think this mummy should be getting 3 dice there. 1 more assist in there, and it's 3 dice. And then it saves you a reroll. Probably, although the next block dice in the queue was another both down, so maybe it wouldn't have. And that is double skulls, so it's another really good opportunity for the Skaven. But again, it's going to be looking for that 30% power on 2 dice. It's a block and dodge player. I think the thrower should be making that blitz though, looking for that. Unless they would just want to move and assist in and take it with the loner. I've got that as an option. But that's just a push. fairly wedged in the ghoul there. Fell one animal. I think that's the first one we've seen. Skull on a 1 dice, but rerolls. And get themselves a stun. Another one. Dodging has been really poor for the Skaven so far. I don't remember. I think the one successful one they had was when the loner did it last turn. But yeah, loads going wrong. So clearing the Skaven off of the ball carrier. Mummy's going to blitz there. Just need a push really. Pal is got. That's another stun. So that strength 4 one's just being kept out of the game by Mummy. He's been stunned a couple of times now. I think one was a foul dodge actually. Ball carrier is going to need to throw that block. So means the ball's not advancing this turn. He does get a knockdown. You don't want to follow. These squares are still exposed. The guard does help because it's not going to be a 1 dice block that way. They do have 2 dice uphill available, which would be probably the gutter runner in there. That's a bit risky though. And the gutter runner has not yet moved this half, which sort of means the Skaven are playing with 9 players. And they've played with 8 players for a few turns because this thrower didn't move for a while either. Thrower is now involved. Get a pal there. And the Rat Ogre throws some turnover block dice, not for the last time in this game. And back to the Undead. Straight up double skull there. That's not the first time we've seen that. But they do get an injury in the end. That's a thrower. So the thrower who just got involved in the game really is now out of it. That's a badly hurt. Clear away there. So the ghoul could advance this turn, but I don't know. They can't really take many players with them, so they're going to need to try and make the ball safe here again. And the Skaven are doing a really good job of just hemming in the undead to stop them attacking. That's a load of throwing dice we don't need to do. I think maybe that was a better bet for the blitz. But they've moved the ball over here. That one. Okay, get dice on the ball here. I sort of feel like it's got to be doable. I think this guy being in the way there, because you really want the strength 4 one hitting there with no assist, but you can't get him in there. 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I think there's 1 dice on the ball. I don't think there's 2. Certainly not easily. I think you need to move this one over so this one can come and block. I know that assist doesn't help. Yeah, it's this one. This is the problem. Because you can take out that assist. And you can take out that assist. Actually, no, take out that as well. You'd need to put the gutter runner in there. The Stormworm in there, and then this one's just got 1 dice. But that's, 1 in 6 looking for that power. Come for it this way. This one can, actually, this guy can get through there. Yeah, this one did have 2 dice on the ball. Because this one can come, and it is a 3+ dodge through there, isn't it? Yeah, that was not what I was looking at. So blitz with the strength 4 on this one. Gets it down. Yeah, markers on the ball is how they're holding up the undead, and they're doing really well at that. Gutter runner moves for the first time, turn 6. There it goes. It is safe back there, but it's also not doing anything for you. Rat Ogre stands up. They threw their blitz already. That's another 3+ dodge failed. Yeah, that will obviously be very frustrating. But it's turn 7, so what we say every turn 7, you have to have someone who can score. So the ball is currently 2, 4, 6, 7. Is one go for it away from scoring on the player who's got it. Who else? The white. Both the whites could potentially still get into scoring range. The ghoul could as well. It's just standing up and it's got a 4+ dodge if it's going to go anywhere because of prehensile tail. So really, I think you're looking to score with this one. You could do that this turn. You can push back there. You can come down here and then throw. Go for it. You've got no rerolls though, so you want the turn 8 score because you don't want to throw dice. You don't need to. So you've got to get this ghoul forwards this turn, and then you've got to protect it for another turn. And yeah, scoring turn 8 without rolling any dice is the way to do it for as few dice as possible. Oh, there's this guy as well. I thought one was laying down for some reason, but it's not. I think where it's paused. It's hard to see. That sounds like a bad excuse. But you can hit there. You can blitz that one with that white, I think would have been the way. Yeah, the white in here didn't add anything at all. And then you take those down. Yeah, I think you needed to push back there, and then this white comes around. I need to push back there as well. This white comes around to blitz here. I think that's the way. So Ratoga does get something in there. I think you need to throw that first though. Well, no, they don't know. That's to free that one up. Okay, I see what you're doing. Does find a power, so that's the first time that comes up. Ball down on the floor. We've got a what's that in there? 2 markers on the ball still. And yeah, obviously the best scoring threat for the undead is stunned. The white can still reach 4, 6. Yeah, but the white needs to go for it, and you need to get in the ball first as well. 3+ pickup failed. 3+ rolls not the Skaven's friend in this game at all. But they have made it really difficult for the undead to score on their drive here. So this white can reach. I think he's the only one that can actually, because the skeletons are. Let's get the. Yeah, there we go. So the skeletons can't reach. They're one short. This white is the only one who can score. You've got 2 tackle zones on the ball. You need to clear them off. So yeah, you've got to take out assists so that this one can hit the guy. That's not good though. Yeah, what have you got here really? I think you're going to have to go for a... you need this ghoul to make the pickup. And you've got to get one of the tackle zones off the ball. So I think you blitz with this white. Push there, then you've got 4+ pickup, 3+ dodge, hand off to the white on a 3, and then 2 2+s. I think it's the best route to score. And everything you do this turn has got to be towards that goal. You've got no rerolls. So you can't mess around with any greedy blocks or anything. You have to make sure you're scoring this turn. So the white's gone forward. That's going to mean you have to throw the ball. That adds extra dice. So it does make it into the end zone. But I think hand off and then do that is the way. He's making that blitz. Didn't need that other assist. Already had that on. And I think you need to come from there to be able to free the ghoul up. So this isn't a bad dodge. Does make that dodge, but fails to pick up. And if you're going to do that as well, dodge out into no tackle zones on a 3+, and then you've got a free move into that square. And then come through that way. But found the 4+ pickup anyway, which is always going to be the hardest roll that turn. The Skaven can't score either, so they can just take some blocks here. Foul by animals, that's the second one of those we've had. Both failures have been on 2+s as well. I think it's made 1 or 2 4+s. Got 2 dice there, they have. Managed to get themselves an injury back, so that's going to, actually, unless this regenerates, it doesn't, so that's going to cap the undead at 10 at the moment. And it is 10 plays 9 going to the second half. Barring any knockouts that I've forgotten, I don't think there have been Not for the Skaven. Looks like not for the Undead either. No, so it's 10 plays 9. And the Skaven stopped the score on the Undead's attacking drive. So it's a good half for them overall, really. There's definitely some stuff going wrong, but they won that half. But now they are playing into more players and trying to hold the ball. I don't know if they maybe want to go for a quick score and then defend again because they defended so well. Or they can hang on to it for 8 turns, but against more players, that's risky. So it looks like they're trying to strength match up here on that guard mummy. But with Frenzy, you need the Rat Ogre there really, so that when you make your first block and you push back, you can go to a space where you've still got an assist, which you can do on a diagonal. Here you have to. Well, they have quick snapped into it. I'll talk about quick snap in a sec as well. Just wanted to finish on the Rat Ogre. But here you have to create space for another assist before you can block with the Rat Ogre. If you just put it there instead, you've got that square to push it to. You've still got an assist. So you get your 2 dice into 2 because there's no guard here. This is the guard player. But yeah, quick snap. So you can set players up on this line if you need to, but you're going to risk this exactly this happening. So they have players who can quick snap and they can take another 2 blocks here that they wouldn't have got. And it is quick snaps are 9. So it's whatever odds that is, rolling a 9 on 2d6. But it is something you have to be careful of. They're not really doing a great deal here. They are stopping them lapping round to get assists on the mummies, which is kind of fair enough. So they are doing that, and it's protecting the line in that way. But yeah, it's just the risk you take. And if you need to protect the line of scrimmage, you've got to be aware that could happen. They do only have the 2 players there, though, who are doing that job. So it's kind of fair enough, really. But they are giving up more hits. And the Strength 4 Storm Vermin can just go on his own and do that. And that's the safest block they've got, and it's the first action. So get to use block for that knockdown. That's the extra assist they needed for the mummy, so that was always going to have to be their blitz before. But that's the 3rd one we've seen on Wild Animal. Which really now means not hitting that mummy this turn. Sure, they're going to blitz here. I think they're going to have to go without a blitz. Because everyone's a bit tagged up. Got a runner his back. They do go 1 dice to the mummy and get that. 1 dice with a loader as well. 3, 4. Yeah, the Storm Vermin didn't have that. And there you go. Red dice to the mummy. But no reroll. That does leave the mummy available. Which way around are we here? I switched ends too many times, I think, trying to clear that. There we go. So what they got here? So the white can't get round because this Storm Vermin was freed up. But this is the gap that the Undead have to just exploit this turn. They need players through here. I think that means this is the blitz from this white. You need it to be a knockdown. But with block against a not block player, that is... So I had a couple of these just sitting in Samba. But 75% without a reroll, you knock that over. And then this ghoul, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, is marking the ball carrier. You're forcing them to roll dice to do anything. And it's, it's 2+ with a reroll to just dodge away. But you've got to get that pressure on this turn. And that has to sort of be the priority this turn, which means that should have been the blitz. So this ghoul was free to come through here, because none of these other players can reach without rolling some serious dice. Yeah, because this mummy's 2, 3. Mummy can do it with 2 go for it. You can mark the ball, but the ghoul can do it without throwing any dice if you just clear that guy off. Mummy is blitzing though. Where's it blitzing? Oh, there's a line rat in there behind the Rat Ogre. Because you can't throw that dodge. That's a 5+ dodge. This ghoul can get round, so there is pressure on the ball. It's not marking it though. And they leave it there. So Skaven just come back and mark this player. That's exactly the right square to stand in. It forces the ghoul to go back or take more difficult dodges. using the strength 4 block player, it should basically be the first block they're throwing every turn, in most cases, unless this one's got an assist, I suppose. Another failed 3+ dodge. Reroll does get it this time, so that's that ghoul quite marked in. Oh, that's a blitz on the ghoul. So it pushes it a bit further away. And a bit of retreating there. They're going to put the ball in there. No, leave the ball back there. We can bring these two in here to just match up here. I think they needed, yeah, it was going to be tough to get 2 dice here. They needed someone in that square, which wasn't really going to happen. That's a 1 dice blitz. That's a bit careless from that mummy. So it could have blitzed from here, and that's 2 dice. But it's blitzed from here, and it's given away an assist, just to make it 1 dice on that one. I don't know if it was either, I'd imagine, either not noticing that was the strength 4 one, or just double clicking on that storm vermin and letting the game choose your path. If you click there, then click the storm vermin, you get your 2 dice. But just clicking on the player to blitz is risky. Don't get the follow up, a chance to follow up hit there without the pushback, because if they'd done it from the correct square, they wouldn't have got another chance at that with the pushback. And maybe that was on their mind as well. Maybe they did want to blitz from that square, but doing it on 1 dice is not worth it. Or you mark this player first so it can't assist. You know, just move one of these random skeletons. Just stand here, and then you can blitz from that square and push back. And really, then the white should probably be making that hit, and that wouldn't have been a turnover. Unless they were to free the white up. Maybe they want to free the white up to come stand over here. Take that space. Got this storm vermin free, followed up away from the mummy. Good way to get a free dodge. So gut runner is running through. They're going to need to screen it now though. Through, let go for it. And a second one. I don't know if that second one got them anything. They need to throw the first one because you can't just stand there, because that's just 2 dice. But yeah, standing there, you can screen it there. I think you move this storm vermin in there, and the undead are not getting at the ball. I think just stop there. I don't think that buys you anything. It's in scoring range either way. I don't think you need that. Go for it. Could have been 1 over for a bit more protection, because no one's getting through that gap of 2 squares anyway. And this bit is open. So get the knockdown on the Rat Ogre. That did have to be a knockdown. Knocked out Rat Ogre 2, which is going to be annoying. But yeah, the undead have just got 2 dice on the ball now. They only need 1 of these players as well, because it's strength 2. This skeleton can just go there, looking for it. It is that 30%, the same as trying to hit the ghoul, looking for a power on 2 dice. But they've got that on. That's the deadline rat. So some points on that white puts it up to 5. And a free zombie, so that is going to put the undead back up to 11 players for this game as well. It appears to have no head at the moment. I'm sure it'll grow in a minute. So the ghoul dodges around that way. I think... Oh no, this guy still... It's got to be the loner who does it, isn't it? So through a go for it there, I think if you stand this skeleton up first, you can blitz from there, and you take that assist out, and you don't need to go for it. If you have to roll dice with a loner, which I kind of did there because this skeleton was a dodge that I'd missed. Was that white just free, or did it dodged away? Okay. I'm thinking, if that white was free, how did I miss it? That was the obvious 2 dice on the ball. But it is there now. It dodged away, so yeah, you kind of want that one. But if you have to throw dice with loners, just really throw as few as possible. So that's a knockdown. This is 2+ dodge to score now with the reroll for the dodge skill. Just a stunned white, and you just dodge. Oh, you can dodge there, and just in. Yeah, then you take that. Take your lead. and give the ball back to the Undead. There's more players. I was listening to the chat on this while I was on the call, and apparently the Skaven coach said this was the first recover from knockout roll they'd succeeded on all season, which I hadn't noticed until now. But into the fourth game before that happens is gonna be annoying. But it is back. The Rat Ogre. So on 2, 4, 6, 8. Is it 8? Yeah, 3 injuries, including the death. Undead are on 11 because they got the free zombie from killing the line rat. So 4 turns to score, 5 turns to score, and they've got 3 more players. The Undead should really be making this 1-1. Just they've got the option of, do they want to do it in 2 turns? But giving the ball back to Skaven, even for 2 turns, is real risky because you probably lose the game at that point. Best strategic decision is probably take those 5 turns to score the touchdown and take the draw. Because the Undead have lost every game so far this season as well. You know, getting a draw, get some points on the board is probably a good result for them. And they're probably, you know, they've got to make that happen at this point as well. There's definitely better ways to set up mummies on the line of scrimmage though. Like I said earlier as well, I think you need a white in there to throw your first block with block against a not block player. Probably there. You just have an assist in there. The mummy, the white can do that. That's gone. Then you either put your second white there to make another block and give your mummy 3 dice with a 2 assist block. Mummies only need 2 assists to get 3 dice. There's absolutely no reason not to do it. You know, just make that happen when you set them up. Think about where they need to be. Don't worry about symmetry. I feel like this coach worries much more about setting up symmetrically than anything else. You know, have the mummies standing right next to each other and then spare players over here. So the mummies can hit diagonally with 2 assists. You're going to get 3 dice with them. And 3 dice without block is even safer with 2 dice with block. So, like, make those. Make sure you're getting that out of the mummies. Everyone in the league with the strength 5 player, just make it 3 dice. There's no reason not to. Especially from the line of scrimmage, it's so easy to find 2 assists for your big players. Yeah, and that's really the best way to use mummies. It gives them much more chance of knocking someone over. It's much safer. This zombie throwing that is denying a mummy a hit as well. I don't get why you start there. You know, get your mighty blow hits in. Do it on 3 dice. You're going to injure more players with them. There we go. 3 dice hit. Finds a pal. The other 2 were pushes, so maybe a 2 dice block there, you just get a pushback. But yeah, and use the whites. Like, the white should have been throwing one of those hits. You opened with a loner. Was it a loner or was it this one? But you opened with a zombie hit. Like, why is get the white to do that? Not only is it safer, but you want points on whites. You want them hitting people. So this is the blitz here. It's just a both down. Hitting another 1 in 9 on the block dice there for the Skaven. They've had quite a few of those. But I got so absorbed in 3 dice blocks, I missed what happened. I think they found a pickup, didn't they? I think that was the turnover. It was, yeah. Okay, so the mummies are going to control the middle of the pitch. Just, you know, give them the best chance you can to do that. I really think a key way to play Undead is get 3 dice hits with mummies. Just a 2, this is a strength 4 player. It's going to be much harder to get 3 dice on that. And gets a push there. That frees this white up. And I think the Undead want to be taking this space. The Skaven have gone this way. Obviously the Skaven are quicker, but the Undead have got this bit of the pitch to control now. The ball should be coming over here. Yeah, it does, and then they make it safe here. They don't need to do a tight cage here because the Skaven are just not at this bit of the cage. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing it. It's just they don't need to. They can just screen players over here and control more of the pitch. They could potentially give up this space a bit. It's going to be tough to get through. Yeah, bringing the white over there was a bit unnecessary. It could have been here, just like preventing the Skaven from getting into this area. I Are we going to see a Rat Ogre Blitz? No, because of Wild Animal. We would have done. That point, I think that's the fourth one on Wild Animal we've seen for 2+. Not sure where it's going to be. Maybe just somewhere at the cage. It might have been 2 dice into 1. Mummy's going to throw a go for it here, I think. Yeah, to get that push. I think a white blitz there would have been, well, safer and probably a bit more optimal. You know, get yourself an assist, get a white, making the hit. Skaven have come this way now though, so I think you come over here with the ball. And that means I think this mummy and this skeleton should have been cage corners over here. Because these players aren't going to be able to keep up with the ball, and you don't want to just stand it in here next to a player. I mean, it's 2 dice uphill, or they can probably make it 2 dice uphill. I think they might put enough assists here to make it 3, but yeah, I think unless you're fouling this Skaven player, you don't stand the ball next to it. The Ghoul had enough pace to get over here, and there were 2 slow players over here who could have been protecting, and then the whites and the other Ghoul could have protected it here as well. I think you come away from the prone player. Prone player stands up, so they've got a marker on the ball. But I wonder if they could have done better than that. And this line rat in here takes 1, 2, 3 assists out. They need to mark that player, which actually I don't really see them doing. So it was 2 dice uphill, looking for a pal. Which is whatever it is. Yeah, I was like 3%, so maybe not, but maybe it's worth it. Maybe you find that 3%. You know, 3 times out of 100, you're gonna knock the Ghoul over there, rolling uphill. Take that instead. So Rat Ogre Blitz. And rolls into 2 both downs, fells loner. More turnover dice from the Rat Ogre, so we saw that earlier in the half as well, and it's fouled 4 Wild Animals. It's had a really bad game, that player. So 3 dice on that one, gets knocked down. I don't think that was the best way to do that block, because if you get stuck with a push there, the ball carrier's still marked, you've got to hit it again. You could have pushed that way. And if you get stuck with a pushback, it's over there. The Undead here, so they've cleared a path now. They can't score at the moment. They've got 1 reroll. This Ghoul, next action now, has to be over here. And then you'd have to move as many players who are available to come and screen and protect it as possible. If you don't do that, you could well be turning over before you get the Ghoul in scoring range and you lose the game. Next move has to be Ghoul over here. But we've got another mummy block. They find 2 powers. If that's 2 skulls, which is exactly the same chances, they've used their reroll. If they find a skull on both down or a combination again, that's another one there, another block without block. You could be turning over and losing the game by taking these greedy blocks. When the Ghoul had no dice to roll, to just be over here and scoring next turn and drawing the game. So they got away with that, really. Like, throw in some extra blocks that weren't going to tie them the game. Getting the Ghoul over here was going to. So it's in there. White needs to come mark this. Yeah, so they've left that player available. So they have left space there. How close is the Ghoul now? Can it reach next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it can. It doesn't need to roll dice to get there as it stands. I think it needs to get 2 dice on the ball. I don't think the Skaven have enough players. I think they'd need to put... Yeah. It's not much good. Because that player's there as well. They can't take that assist out. To be able to clear that for the Rat Ogre to dodge from there is what I'm looking at. But they'd also need probably the gutter runner in that square. Yeah, and then it's a dodge. It's like a... What are they? It's a 4+ dodge. to go 4, 5, 6, and then a go for it, and then another go for it. Yeah, you don't want to roll that sort of dice with a rat ogre. So I think what they tried probably is the best play they had available. They had to go 1 dice here because of that assist. They get a pushback. And the rat ogre comes in for a blitz here to try and make the Ghouls dodge more difficult. But again, another double both down. And that'll end the game to the Skaven. Not a very good one for them. Not a good season so far either. But they've been down players the whole season. And that just goes in. It's kind of good to see that they're not taking risks in that last turn like they did before. But it could definitely have all gone wrong turn 15 for the Undead. It was, bad priorities. Making sure you take those blocks before making it possible to score. But they do score and make it 1-1. First points of the season. I think it's the Skaven's first draw of the season as well. They had a win and 2 defeats before that, I'm pretty sure. Really bad MVP for the Undead, taking it on that journeyman. And the thrower getting points is not bad. It's now a throw away from levelling. Big outblocking in favour of the Undead, as you kind of expect in this matchup, and that played a part, which came as part of that. That's kind of the Skaven way, though. That's what you're going to get. And when you've got stuff like, really poor dodges, there were no stupidly hard dodges being thrown. These were all 3+, these failures. That's not going to help at all. Wild Animal was really poor. All 4 of those failures were on 2+ rolls as well. I think they even made a couple of 4+, and that's going to be annoying. Lola's not really a stat you'd look at generally, but the one time I tried it didn't work. This is quite bad, but it's kind of it's just what the game is, isn't it? And sometimes you hate it. Loads of these are not that helpful for the Skaven. But it's what you get. There we go. We finally saw the Skaven team in action. It is the only game so far this game week, which actually officially only started today. But they played that game on Friday night, I think. Played it early. We've got more games to come. We have humans against Amazons. So what happened to the Amazons last time? I know they took quite a beating, but I think they got their team back together okay. I think only 1 player died. Yeah, they're still on 12 players. They got a guard missing the game. They took a whitey blow player. And they've still got, obviously, all the dodge. The humans have got the most tackle in the league. They've got 2 tackle players so far. So my Hives are playing against Chaos. Nurgle are playing Dark Elves. That's it. Another game in the can. See you next time.